To do a dye penetrant test, you've got to use their cleaner. Of course, I've already cleaned it with alcohol, but I'm going to clean it with this E59A cleaner that they provide in their little kit. And you just simply spray it and wipe it off. It gets completely rid of any remnant of oil, so forth and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and do both of those clusters off camera. Okay, I don't know if we can see it or not. Try to get a close-up of that weld. Now they TIG welded it, and can you see those little holes? One there and one there. And there's one back over here, and there's a couple over on the other weld. That is from where they stopped the weld with the TIG welder, and they didn't clean that up very good. And you know, that'll probably run forever and ever, but it's not real good practice. I would have gone in there and finished it up. That's a little bit of a stress riser there. So okay, we've got the cleaner on there and wiped it down. We're just going to let it dry thoroughly. And then we'll spray the penetrant on there. It's time to spray on the penetrant. This stuff sprays in a reddish color. You don't want to go hog wild with it, but you do want to get a good coat. Get underneath all that tubing around there. Make sure that there are no cracks. It takes 10 minutes for this stuff to dry. The other side. It takes 10 minutes to dry, then you wipe it off with a clean cloth, and then you wet a rag. Well, you don't really wet it, you dampen it with some of the cleaner to wipe the rest of it off, and then you spray the developer on there, and I think the developer leave it sitting for an additional 10 minutes too, and then you inspect for visible flaws. So 10-15 minutes we'll come back and wipe that down and clean it up. I hope I had that recording. I just sprayed the penetrant on there. It comes out in a almost a blood red color. It's easy to get a run, you've got to be careful. So I've got penetrant on the weld area and the adjacent tubing and part of the motor mount up there. So it's been about 20 minutes. It's time to wipe some of that penetrant off. Next step is to spray some of this cleaner onto a clean cloth. I'll wipe the remaining penetrant off. You don't want to spray it directly onto the tubes. sure is a pleasant odor floating through here for some reason. Every now and then I'll get a waft of something that really smells nice. I don't know what it is. Somebody washing clothes or... Alright, we'll let that dry a little bit and then we'll put the developer on there. Now we spray a thin coating of developer on there, wait 10 minutes and inspect it under a very bright light. Yeah. Okay, be careful. Alright, we're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes and hopefully we're going to get lucky and there won't be any cracks. Okay, let's inspect that baby and see if we got any crackeringskis in there. Looks like there's a crack running along that weld right there. Okay, you see the crack running right there. Okay, see the crack right there. Right there. Okay. Have to grind that out a little bit and re-weld it. We'll get this cleaned up and grind that crack a little bit. And when we weld in the cross tube, we'll go in there and weld that back up. Well, certainly a good thing that we caught that. Well, it's a good thing we did the dye penetrant test, because that is a place that's going to fail if we hadn't have caught it. Yeah, I can see it. Yep. Good thing we did that test. Let's cut our piece that welds back in. We've got to fit it up. Okay, this is what's called fish mouthing for tubes. Fit around the mating tube as tight as you can possibly get it. Well, I guess I'm getting down to the last of my silver pencils. I used to have about 1 million of those things laying around the shop. They're great for marking 4130 foot. I need to go get some of those. Worth their weight in gold, almost. That old 65 is not the easiest to carve or to cut. Okay, it's all jigged up, ready to tack weld and weld. If I don't mess it up here, jostle it and break it loose. Okay, let's take it over there and get it tack welded. Okay, it's tack welded into place. We can take that centerpiece off and get down to business. I will start off by welding that piece of weld that we had to grind out because it had a crack in it. And of course you always preheat before you weld, then weld, and then post-heat it and let it cool down in an area that doesn't have any breezes. You don't even want a dog wagging its tail. A lot of heat sink in that area. Not bad for an old man. Okay. Okay, let's see, today's Monday. Uh, we're just going to try to clean it up and get it ready to take back. Man, that thing, that was a job straight out of you know where. It was tough. For the one thing, of course, we found the, which side was it? I think it was this side, yeah. We found the crack right there in that weld that we had to grind out, and thanks to the dye penetrant, had to grind out and re-weld. And then we had all of that jigging on here, plus the heavy wall tubing, and you can imagine the amount of heat sink that was going on in that area. And all foot, probably, I don't know, close to an hour per weld. It was a tough job, but anyway, we've got it done. Now all we have to do is clean the mess up and hit it with a little alcohol to get all the oil and grease off of it. I don't know if I'm going to put any oil on it because they're going to paint it, so I may not do that. We'll see. We'll come to that when we come to it. Lazy cat. He's a lazy boy. Let's see if we can get a shot of Seamus, the lazy cat. Say hello, Seamus. Hey, Seamus. Seamus. Hey, goofball. Hey. Look up here. Seamus. And then, you know, a little repair like this, it looks like there's not a whole lot going on until you tear it down and you actually do it. Now, of course, you guys have seen, if you've been watching the video, that even a small repair like this Well, this isn't really a small repair, but what seems like to be a small repair turns out to be a virtual nightmare sometimes. But, you know, you've got to love doing it to be able to do it, I guess. But I did this kind of stuff for 40 years, and there's always a new challenge. There's never anything the same. Yeah, there's no repair that's going to be quite the same, and each one is going to present its own unique set of problems. And this one, what I'll remember most about this one is the really heavy wall tubing and the tremendous amount of heat sink to, you know, once I had it jigged up, the tremendous amount of heat sink that, you know, the heavy wall tubing plus the jigging created. Try to make a smooth transition so that their paint will go on there smoothly. I think they're going to throw some primer and maybe a little paint on there. So I'll try to give them a fighting chance of having maybe a workmanlike job, a smoother transition into that paint. You can feather the edges. And you know, it's a lot like any kind of aircraft repairs or aircraft building. It's a lot like building model airplanes. You know, I started learning to work on airplanes when I was a kid building model airplanes. I mean, good gravy, you can't minimize the value of a kid building model airplanes. The value is tremendous. It really is. I'm going to have to get in there with the wire brush, clean that up some.